G, and I am a fairy godmother. This is my violin. I love it so much. I love it so much that I even wrote a story about it. Would you like to hear it? Oh, good. I'm so glad. Well, here it is. It is an autobiography. If you're not sure what that word means, let me break it down. The word auto means self. Biography means a story about someone's life. So an autobiography is a story by me about my life. It's called A Fairy Godmother's Wish, and I'm going to share it with you now. Now, there's some parts that I need you to follow along, so can you participate? I know you can. You look awful smart. Miss Fairy G spent all day granting wishes to princesses. Princess number 1 said, "Well, I wish to have the most beautiful gown to drive me to the ball." Princess number 2 said, "Well, I want the best carriage to drive me to the ball." Princess number 3 said, "Well, I want my gown and carriage to be better than theirs." It could be very tiring for me. See how tired? The truth is, Miss Fairy G had a secret wish of her own. She wished she could play the violin. She dreamed about making beautiful music. But fairy godmothers can only grant magical wishes for other people, not for themselves. She worried she wouldn't have enough time to practice, what with all the gowns to make, creatures to enchant, and carriages to create. Did she mention princesses could be very demanding? Her animal friends saw just how sad she was, and they wanted to help. And she had lots and lots of animal friends. The beavers got to work chopping down the branch of a spruce tree to make the body of a violin. See right there, that violin shape? Then chipmunks got to work carving a beautiful scroll with their gnawing teeth. Try that. Yep, it sounded just like that. A trusty mare, that's another word for a horse, generously donated some of her horsetail to make a bow. Look. A woodpecker showed her the best pine tree to make rosin for her bow. And here, the tree, you see, he's crying and he's saying, "I'm just so happy to help." And the woodpecker's there and he says, "Stop being so sappy." Now, if you don't know what the word sappy means, sometimes when you're so emotional that you just cry because you're so happy, that's called being sappy. And sap also is what comes out of the tree to make that rosin for the bow. So here, it's got 2 uses. Miss Fairy G was overjoyed when her animal friends presented her with this lovingly made violin. She began to play. At first, it sounded terrible. The dogs and cats covered their ears. Here, the kitty cat says, "Meow." Try that. Meow. And the doggy says, "Turn it off. Turn it off. Come on. Turn it off. Arf." Even the mice thought she was too squeaky. And here, the mice, he says, "Make it stop. Our ears are shredded." Shredded is a kind of cheese. And this mousie says, it's no Gouda. Gouda is also a kind of cheese, so it's a joke. Miss Fairy G was determined. Without magic, all she had was hours and hours of practice. And here she is practicing around the clock. Her loyal animal friends, they saw just how hard she truly wanted to succeed, and they began to share with her some important musical lessons. A nightingale taught her how to sing with perfect pitch and always in tune. And here the nightingale, she says, make the notes sing like me. La 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 la. Ready to try it with me? La 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 la. Good little birdies. A woodpecker taught her how to make rhythms with his beak. Da da dum, da da dum. Can you stomp your feet and try it? Ready? Da da dum, da da dum. Very nice. A friendly octopus taught her how to control her bow that sometimes seemed like it had a mind of its own. And the octopus says, keep your arms loose and flexible like mine. Let's see those loosey-goosey octopus arms. Nice. A grasshopper rubbed his body together, making his whole body vibrate with sound. Try that with me. See, when you do that, your lip gets all vibrating and your nose starts to tingle. Good job, little grasshoppers. And the grasshopper says, music should come from the heart. The warm tones filled the forest. A friendly peacock showed her how to present herself with confidence and poise before a performance. And here the peacocker says, stand tall and breathe. Ready to try? Deep breath. Very beautiful. And the mice always let her know when she was too squeaky. And the micey, he's shoving cheese right in his ears and he says, it's still too sharp. Sharp is also a kind of cheese. The princesses were touched when they saw just how hard she practiced. They realized maybe they were being selfish with all of their demands. Princess number 1 says, well, I want to help. Princess number 2 says, well, I want to help too. Princess number 3, she said, well, I want to help more than both of you. They put together a plan to support Miss Fairy G. Princess number 1 says, I'll call the king and queen. Princess number 2, she says, I'll call the royal palace. And princess number 3, she says, I'll call literally everyone else. And she did. The princesses gathered a royal audience so she could play her very first recital. All of her animal friends were there to cheer her on. Here the kitty cat, she's looking at Miss Fairy G and she says, she's so perfect. Just like a kitty cat. Try. Ready? She's so perfect. Good. And the tree is crying again. And he says, I'm just so proud. And the woodpecker's giving him a nice big hug and says, it's okay to be sappy. She played her first concert and realized that with the help of her friends and by believing in herself, she had accomplished her goal. Everyone in the land swayed to her music. Miss Fairy G smiled. For the first time in my life, I have created true magic. And so, the fairy godmother's wish had been granted. And here she is under her beautiful rainbow treble clef. Her heart is full and she's so proud. Just like I'm so proud of you for following along with me. Thank you so much. I'm so happy you joined me. Like I always like to say, dream by night, work by day, and all your wishes will come your way. Bye. Thank you so much.